Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Money Classroom. I am your host, Keisha Bailey, but you guys know me as Keisha the teacher. And can you believe it? We are at our final show for season 2 of Money Classroom. Wow, right? It's just coming like yesterday. We had season 1 kicking off, then season 1 closed out. Season 2 was back. Now we're closing out season 2 tonight. So, all praises because this is very exciting. We are continuously making sure that we're educating persons around how money works. And you guys show up every other week on Wednesday. You're here front and center in the money classroom. So, as always, big up yourself. And thank you guys all for being here. Season 3 is coming back, though. We are come back. Season 3 is coming back, so look out for that. Make sure you're connected to our newsletter. You can sign up at profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter. That's where we share all of the info. You'll know exactly when season 3 is coming out. And of course, we continue to elevate, to build, and to revamp each season. So you can't wait to see what season 3 holds in store for us. So you guys know it. You are here tonight inside the money classroom. No matter your age, your stage, or wage, you are here inside money classroom tonight to learn how money works, to learn how to grow your wealth, to learn how to manage your finances. And that's exactly what we do. You know the drill. Drop in the chat where are you guys joining from tonight. Let me know where we're representing from. All right. Always good to see the testimonials because the main thing for me is that I'm very passionate about teaching you guys about money and to continuously see that people are learning and not only learning, but your financial life is being impacted is really what we're all about at Profit Jumpstarter. So always excited to see it and I read them all the time and it's good. It's good. And we'll continue doing the great work that we're doing because we want to ensure as many persons as possible are rich and real rich, not play rich, real rich. And the way to get there is by learning how money works. And that's why inside Money Classroom. So let's see where persons are joining from tonight. I see Cheesy Gully Side, one of my best students, top student, Cheesy Gully Side. Big up yourself. Back in the building, my teacher. Welcome, Cheesy. Coming in from Mobay. So good night to you, Cheesy. Then we have Carrie Ann Dose from Silvera Drive. Carrie Ann is from my hometown, Hermitage, Augustone area. She's here every night inside Money Classroom. So big up yourself, Carrie Ann, as well. We also have Christine Davis coming in from Kingston 19. We have Marsha from Kingston 8. We have your girl Roxy from Manchester. She's tuning in tonight. And then we have Sauce Boss from Virginia. Welcome, Sauce Boss. And we have Simone, Kingston, but the Bush side. That's where she represented from. So big up yourself, Simone. Welcome from the Bush side of Kingston. So tonight we are going to be talking about business. How do you scale and grow your business? Now, when we think about wealth creation, having a business is one of those important wealth pillars because with a business, you control how much you earn. And for a lot of persons over a 9-to-5 world, there's some degree to which you can control how much you earn, but it's very limited. It's very limited. I've been there, done that. We can tell you it is limited. You ask for raises, you get bonus, but there's still a limited amount of control you have. To control the amount of money you earn, you really have to own a business. And a business is seen as an asset because you're able to control that income. And when we get the income from that business, we're able to put that into investments now. And that is how you make your money work for you. So I wanted to make sure that you guys understand. All right, I want to start a business. What should I do? How do I go about growing the business? Because we're not gonna say, we're gonna start a business and then we'll do like a little hobby and they're not profitable. That makes no sense. We want a profitable business. We are here as Profit Jumpstarter for a reason. It's not Loss Jumpstarter or Play Jumpstarter. It is profit. So we will always be showing you how to make money. And then once you make that money, how do you make it work for you? So tonight we have a very special guest expert who is going to be teaching us exactly the steps that you take to scale and grow your business. So please help me to welcome Managing Director at Sisters Ink Jamaica Limited, Opal Levy.
Disclaimer: this is not intended as financial advice. Please consult a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions.
All right. Welcome to the Money Classroom, Opal. Big up yourself.
Well, thank you for having me, Keisha.
All right, we are going to be talking business and we're talking money. We're talking money and business because that's what the students want to know. How do we scale and grow a business that makes money?
All right.
So let's start by telling us a little bit about your company, Sisters Ink Jamaica Limited.
Okay, so Sisters Ink Jamaica Limited is just a brainchild of my sister and I, and that's why it's a sisters. The ink is really that we're trying to create an indelible mark on everybody who comes in contact with us. So we try to work with small, mainly micro and small companies to help them to get to the next level by providing them with excellent advice, funding, and also just to guide them and hold their hands as they go through the formative years. And then as soon as they get their feathers and we allow them to fly. So that's really what we are in a nutshell. But we have been in operations now for the past 7 to 8 years. And we have seen, we've had over 50 solid customers, and we have forged relationships with quite a number of big stakeholders in the market, including Development Bank of Jamaica, because we are a business support intermediary for them for the Ignite program. So that is it about Sisters Ink.
Nice. Lots of work going on. You mentioned a nice size of customers, right?
Right.
That you've developed a lot of expertise then in working with these small businesses and helping to scale them.
Right.
So if we look on social media, we see the buzzword there, scale your business, grow your business, 6-figure business, 7-figure business. But what do you really mean by scaling your business? What is that? Is that the same thing as growing, or are they different?
All right. So it is different, Keisha. So and I think many times we use our words loosely. So we sometimes interchange scaling and growing, but they are not the same thing. So in growing your business, you're putting a lot of capital in. So you're increasing your resources. So you're getting more staff, more physical locations, increasing your inventory. So growth is really putting in capital and increasing your assets. That's what growth is all about. Now, scaling, on the other hand, is increasing your revenue, but not increasing your resources. So let us look at an example where you had a brick and mortar. So you have a shop and persons would come and buy your items that you're selling. But then you put in a website, right? And now you have international customers. So now you're able to sell more, but you never put in 20 more shops and you never increase their inventory right away. It was gradual. There was gradual growth over a period of time. So that's the difference between scaling and growing. So a lot of persons who are growing are those persons who might have gone on the Jamaica Stock Exchange and have garnered all of this capital to now plug into the business to increase to create to execute on their strategies, and maybe to add more brick and mortar, meaning more branches, putting in a lot more equipment, employing new staff. So that was growing is. But scaling is not with so much resources, but increasing your revenue by just using maybe a channel like the internet to get more customers in without spending a lot of money.
So that means then we have to think about growing first. So as I
Um,
start my business, do I have to grow it, then I scale it?
Not necessarily, because you have to have the competencies, Keisha, to grow your business. And the competencies are really around you being able to borrow money from the bank, or you being able to get an investor
Well, like,
to be able to, to throw in a lot of money. So scaling though is just, you can be, you obviously you must have the business acumen, right? We can't eliminate that, but you must be able to, you don't have to have a lot of money to scale, is the point I'm making.
so the thing is, so inside money classroom, love other people money
Yeah,
because
right.
other people money is the best money. And I teach students a lot. Go for other people's money first before you touch your money. And you touch on an important point with growing your business, that when we talk about growing a business, we need capital, we need
Right.
other people money, maybe some of a little bit of ours, but really other people's money to put into the business so it can grow. So as persons are starting their business, a question I get all the time is, do I need a business plan? Do I need to, have this business plan so I can go out and get other people's money? Is that something that you'd say everyone needs to have?
Okay, so I'm going I should not be disagreeing with you because it's your show,
No, no,
but
no. Good
but
point. Good point. I want you to disagree. May I ask you, because may I ask for the students, because a lot of
yes,
people think a certain thing and we
yeah,
want to, make sure the record is set straight.
yeah.
So
So
disagree all you want. That's the aim.
So it's always good, Keisha, for you to have some capital, your own personal capital in the business. Because investors, when they're coming in, they want to know that you also have something at stake. So before you're even able to go out and borrow from the bank or even get an investor, they want to know that you have used some of your own personal capital in this business. And there is a it allows you, because your money is in there, you work a little harder, because you know that you have something to lose. So I wouldn't say don't use your money. I'd say start off with your capital, carry the company to a point where you're now ready to step to the next level, and then you bring in your investor or your or the bank. Now the question you've asked me is about a business plan. No, a business plan is critical to every single company, especially if you're just starting. And what the business plan does, and a lot of people are throwing the business plan out, and maybe what we're having now are different iterations of the business plan. But what the business plan helps you to do, Keisha, is that it allows you to have a good understanding of what the business is all about. Because sometimes when I'm doing my consultation with my clients to write a business plan and I'm asking them questions, they are like, oh my God, I never thought about that. And if you weren't writing the business plan, if you were in the process of creating that business plan, a lot of those ideas would not have been generated.
That
So,
is
a
true.
part of the business plan is your business model canvas. And the business model canvas helps you to look at your value proposition. What is that gift that you're giving to your customer, right? What is it that is going to give you that competitive advantage, right? It looks at what are your delivery channels? What are you going to do for your customers to fall in love with you? What are some of the strategic partners that you need to forge? So a lot of these activities that you do to create the business plan are essential. And the last point I need to make on this is that a part of the business planning process is customer validation. So you have to have some customer development activities where the customer um, is there's market research. Let's use that term. So you talk to your customer, you find out from the customer, do you really want this product, right? What are some of the things that you want from this particular product that I'm offering? Now, Ford said that if you listen to your customers all the time, he would have ended up with faster horses and not make cars. So you also have to put into perspective what the customers are saying, but at the same time, the demand is coming from the customer. So you have to make sure that the customer understands and wants, and that your product is easing a pain that the customer has. So your
So
business planning process is important.
So we're going to break it down a little because in the social media streets, there are many varying opinions about that. I was listening
Right.
to a talk recently, and one of the experts, right, she said, look here, throw away the business plan, because a lot of people don't start a business because they sit down trying to create these elaborate plans. They want
Right.
a 100-page business plan, double space, Times New Roman, bound, before they even go and start the business. And she's saying, look here, that not make no sense, because you're writing fluff, make up theory. You have to actually start. And while you're starting, you start jotting away at the business plan. Does that make sense to you? Because we want to support people who are thinking about growing the business. And a lot of people, they're just thinking in bed, they're just dreaming, like the song
Yeah.
saying, dream, dream, dream. And they
Yeah.
spend a lot of time on the plan. And because they feel they don't have a perfect plan, they don't bother start.
Yeah. And that's is where the challenge is though, Keisha, because in everything that you do, if you sit down and spend the whole day writing away, you're not executing. Right? So yes, that makes sense. But I would not agree for you to just throw away the business plan. If you look at all the successful companies in this world today, every single one, they have a plan, right? No, I'm
Yes.
not saying that you need to sit down and write a 400-page document. That's foolishness. But there are some templates that you have online, easy to get some of them online, that ask you for some pertinent data that is going to be important for you to get to the next level, which is to start to execute. And basically what you can do, and I always encourage this, is for you to get a consultant. And there are a lot of us around the place, and some might not be as good as others, but
Which we're gonna talk about that as well.
yeah, you're not as good as
How do
others.
they find? But
Yeah,
you're
but the
saying
truth
the
is you
planning.
need a consultant. Let me tell you something, Keisha. You see, when you go to a doctor, when you're sick, you go to a doctor, right? And the doctor will tell you, oh, take a Panadol, take Cataflam, whatever, and you listen to the doctor. Now, it's the same thing with a consultant. Many times we believe that, oh, business is so easy. Why you think we have so many courses at the university on business? Businesses are, to create a business, to run a business is not easy at all. We look at other people and go, oh, I can do that. It is not easy.
I can
So
tell
it,
you that I
yeah.
run a
So
business
it,
here,
so
Profit Jumpstarter. We're going on to our third year. It's hard. It
it's
is very
very
hard.
hard.
No
Yeah,
sleepless nights, early morning, bawling. It's a lot. And the thing is, as you are growing a business, a lot of challenges come. And I'm
that
sure
is
you've
true.
seen this as a consultant. That's why you have to lean on expertise. It's the same thing we teach with people and finances. Nobody out there try a thing and then you lose all your money on this, and then you come now expecting a miracle. Same thing with your business. Don't try and wing it. And when you realize, this thing not profitable, it not making money, you say, let me try and find somebody to save me.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. So how do we find that right business consultant? Because as you said, enough out there, but some of them not really, fully
Yeah.
there. What should we be asking, or what should we be looking for?
You need to look at persons with credibility. You need, whenever you're going to a doctor, you want to make sure that the doctor went to school, not true, and then you want to make sure that if he has done surgery on other persons, how many of them have died. you know so
That is
you really,
important.
it's the same It's the same method because your business is almost like your baby, you know. And Keisha, you're talking about your business. Your business is like your baby. You hold it very dear to your heart. So therefore, you have to make sure that when you're going around and in search of a consultant, that you ask them to provide them with a resume. See if they've ever run a business in their life. See what kind of positions they've held, even if they've not run their own business. What kind of positions have they held in corporate Jamaica, right? Also ask for testimonies. You know, how many persons have you worked with? What has the results? What are the results? You know, talk to them before you actually go into an engagement with them. But because there are a lot, I'm not lying to you, there are a lot of consultants out
No,
there.
I mean, and even console that you have persons online on these Instagram streets saying, help you with a business, help you grow a six-figure business. But you made an important point. Have they grown their business to six-figure? Because maybe they must struggle. And they're
I
saying, I can help you to get to six figures, but oh, you can't help me and you never get there. Right. One
right,
of the earliest pieces of advice I got from one of my mentors is don't take advice about buying a house from a homeless person. You have to do it already before you can talk to me.
before you can do it,
So
yeah.
one of the first questions I always ask is, have you done it? No? All right, stop talk.
Yeah,
Because it makes no sense after
it
that.
makes no sense. And you know what is also important, Keisha? I wanted to talk a little bit about this before we're out of time. Your finances. I remember once doing some work with an entrepreneur, and she sold sandals, and she was saying, "Oh, open my business is doing very well." And I go, "Really?" And I said, "Let's have a conversation." And when we broke it down, we realized that she was operating at a net loss because she was manufacturing the slippers or the sandals at a higher cost than she was selling them. So you see, if you throw that analysis out the door, that's what you're going to end up doing, running a business that you think you're profitable and you're having a significant cash deficit. So you really need to have a consultant, and you really need to plan and have that analysis done because your financials are so critical to your success.
That is important. We say if you don't know your money, you can't grow your money. So you may
That's
see
true.
sales coming in and you say, whoa, to sell like hot bread, I'm good. But then when you look at it now at the end of the month, no money.
Right. And cash
So
is king. Cash is king.
king
Because
or
you
queen, because we're not gonna be sexist, king or queen, because we're the ladies. But the thing is, we have to know the numbers. That's an important
yes.
point as well. So these days, 2023, what are some of the things you think entrepreneurs need to be looking for to be profitable in business? What should they be considering in these times right now?
When you're asking me about business ideas, or you're looking at just when you have your business, what are some of the things
When
that
you
you
have
need to do?
your business, but then we
All
will
right.
talk about ideas too if you have something to share because people always, my students love make money. So if we
Yeah.
talk about both, let's talk about, I'm already running my business. What should I be thinking about and considering in 2023 so that I am profitable?
Okay, so the first thing that you need to be looking at is, we spoke about it a while ago, your finances. You need to understand if you're making money. And it does not have to be profit, but it must be cash flow. You must have cash coming in for you to be able to honor your expenses and for you to buy inventory. Because if you don't have your money to buy your inventory, whether to make your products or the inventory is the item that you're selling, you won't be able to make any money. So you have to make sure that your finances are right. Also, you need to make sure that your product is right. There are so many persons, I go to so many pop-up shops, so many expos, and whether the product might be a very good product but the packaging is off, your marketing is off, quite a number of things are off of the product, and as such they're saying, "Oh, Opal, I can't sell, I've done everything and I can't sell it." And it's because we have not done our customer development activities to talk to your customers to say, what am I doing something right here? Am I doing something wrong? What it is that you don't like about the product? Talk to me about it. And having some of those focus groups, and always be open to an iteration of your product or your service, because there's always a need to change and improve. That is why you start out with a BMW, and then you go to a BMW, no, that is Benz, the C class, and all the different classes that they change and improve and get the iterations. You have a 2023 versus a 2022. These are feedback from customers saying, we want an improvement in this. And as such, that's the iteration. So you must look at your finances, you must talk to your customers, you must look at what is your marketing strategy, because a lot of persons go on social media without having a good understanding of who your target market is. And so your post on social media, your target market not reading it, so they're scrolling past it because you're not speaking to them. You're not speaking the language, or the person who you have on it not reflecting your target market, right? You also need to ensure that your operations that you're operating effectively and efficiently. And what that is really around productivity. In Jamaica, we have a very low productivity level, meaning that our people are not working smart. They're working hard, but they're not working smart. So you need to make sure that you're looking at your staff members, you're making sure that they are producing at a level that they should be producing at. And what you do is create your key performance indicators, your job description. You go to so many companies and the staff members have no job descriptions. They have no key performance indicators, so they don't know what they're working towards, and they haven't bought into into the company's vision and mission. So they're just coming for a salary. So there's no stick to itiveness. Somebody offer them a little bit more money and they're gone. So you have to make sure that your staff members are engaged in the process. So those are the things that I think you look at. If we had more time, I could go through a lot more stuff with you, but I think those are critical things for you to look at.
And then what about now the business ideas? That part, I'm sure.
So Keisha, the truth is, business ideas, I think for us in Jamaica, we need to stop copying everybody, and we need to we've
It's
always
again for the
been
people.
saying,
Drop it in, and because a lot of that happens. The Me Too. They all right.
yes,
They are
everybody
lashes.
is doing
Me I go sell lashes.
the
You
same
sell
thing, and you see
bacon.
somebody do this, and we want to. Yeah, we need to come up with some creative ideas. We have garbage that is an issue in the country. Let us see how we can convert garbage into energy. We have sunlight for 90% of the time. Why aren't we seeing more persons into solar? Why we're not seeing a lot of solar farms popping up, or finding some creative way to provide energy to people? Everyday persons are complaining about JPS. Why aren't we having more innovative ways of utilizing solar? And there's so many other creative ideas that we can step into this space of. Look at where we have our natural resources and see how can we utilize these resources to convert them into usable products for and services for our customers.
All right. So since the ideas there, right? Can't say you never hear. Can't say you never know.
Yeah.
And then what about now the challenges that come with business? A lot of persons, I felt it a lot of time. It's hard.
It's very hard.
You may feel that, I can't do this. It's rough. Another challenge, another hurdle. What advice would you have for persons who are thinking about giving up, thinking that, maybe business is not for me. Maybe I need to go try something else over there. So maybe I need to become a day trader or something. What do you say to those persons?
If you talk to some of the most successful people in the world, they'll tell you the same thing, that business is very difficult. It's not easy at all. We might see them with all the flashy cars and all the things that they have acquired over time, but it's not easy. One of the most important traits of an entrepreneur is resilience. You have to be resilient. You have to be able to weather this storm no matter what is coming. You have to be focused. If this is what I want to do, this is what I am going to do. So you must be focused. Although you're focused, you must also be open. You must be open to new ideas. You need to open to an iteration of your products. And you must be able to talk a lot with your customers. Don't forget your customers. Many times we do our things and we forget that the customers exist. We don't have nothing to do with our customers, but we're serving them. That cannot continue. So you have to be resilient. Let me tell you, there are days when I ball because I couldn't afford to pay my staff members. I remember times when I had to sell my vehicle to pay my staff salary. I have no apology, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I sold the car and I paid the salary because I believe in Sisters Inc. I believe in the vision. I believe in what we're doing. I believe that we're here to support. So importantly, you must have a vision and a mission. What is it that you're here to do? And it's more than just you. It's more than just
More
money in
than
your
just
pocket.
making money, it's more than
Yeah,
just
it's more
I
than just
need to
money in
make
your pocket.
money. What else
Yeah,
should I want? I just
yeah,
want some money. It has to be
yeah.
bigger. I agree.
Yeah, it
Yes.
has to be bigger. What is your why? Simon Sinek said, "What is your why?
Yeah.
Why is it that you want to do this?" And it's more than just the money.
Can't be just about the money. Yes, we love it and we want to grow it, but it won't be enough to keep you focused and passionate. It won't be
Yeah,
enough because you're gonna say, look here, we can't make money over there doing something
yeah,
else, and they
yeah,
just switch. And then when you
yeah,
switch, you say, but we can make money over there trying
yeah.
this. So
So
it
there's
has
no
to
stick
be
to itiveness. You have to be resilient because I mean the blows are going to come, Keisha, as you know. The blows are going to come. And sometimes you even say, "Oh my God, I am now over the hump, and I'm going to just be it's just going to be sweet sailing." And COVID pops up. And you go, "Oh my God, I never expected this." But you have to ride through it because it's not easy. Ride through it. And at the end of the day, you will have so much joy and inner peace that you stuck to it and you're able to realize your goals.
nice. So we have some comments coming in. We have Simone Walker saying, hey, Opal.
Hi, Simone.
Then we have Ingrid Stevenson coming into the classroom. Good evening, everyone. And then Marlon is saying, one day we need to talk about grants and the technical support available through large public ecosystem. Because yes, that is true, Marlon. We don't talk enough about free money, the free other people money
Yeah.
that's out there, right? So that's definitely something that we will take back and say, all right, let's talk about that. And also, Zion is saying planning is important. It is critical, Zion.
It's very, very, very important.
So, as persons may want to reach out to you, Opal, how can they do that?
Okay, so my so Sisters Inc. our website is www.sistinkja.com. Our my telephone number, I'm very old school, so forgive me. My telephone number is 876-431-8823. And I know when I come off this, my marketing person is going to cuss me and say, you need to know our social handles. Hey, Sisink JA.
Sis
And
Ink, so SIS Ink.
SISINKJA.
Okay,
And my telephone number I gave you earlier. So just give me a call at any time, and we will work with you to get you to the next level. But you must be willing to work because
good
it's
point.
not easy. It's a lot of work. So, yeah.
A lot of work with the opportunity for great payoff, the
Oh
opportunity
yes,
for freedom,
definitely.
flexibility, wealth. So the work makes sense. It does,
Yeah.
right? It's not wasting.
It's not wasting. Yesterday I was working with a client and he said to me, Opal, I wish I knew you 10 years ago.
See
And
there?
it warmed my heart because I know that, he just had so many plans and he just wish he had that person to just guide him. So yeah.
Reach out to Opal then. All right. Thank you so much for being on tonight with us, Opal.
It was my pleasure.
All right. Big up yourself.
Thank you.
All right. So up next, we have our show and tell segment.
This show and tell segment is brought to you by JMMB Group.
All right. So joining us tonight in show and tell, we have Shani Duncan Faulkner, who is Senior Corporate Manager, JMMB Group SME Resource Center. She's joining us inside the Money Classroom. Big up yourself, Shani. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much.
All right, nice. So we just spoke with Opal about the tactics and the things that we need to look on if we're growing and scaling our business. We are now looking to GMMB Group SME Resource Center to say, all right, help me to do all of these things that Opal spoke about. Right? So we're gonna just jump in to say, talk about your role first and this SME unit that you have. What does that unit do at JMB?
All right. So, as you said, I am with the GMMB Resource Center. I'm the Senior Corporate Manager for the Resource Center, and it's part of the SME unit. So, what we do within the Resource Center is that we really try to help our clients to scale their business. So, a client will come into us and we will do everything in terms of opening their bank account for them. And then once they have opened an SME bank account, they have full access to the JMMB SME Resource Center. And what they get from that is that we bring them in, we do a proper needs analysis on their business. And from that needs analysis, we're able to say, all right, you may have come in for a loan, but let's look at other things that you need for your business, other things that will help you scale. So whether we're a group, so we have everything at JMMB. So we will do their needs analysis. We look at their banking needs. If they would need, if at this point they are going to get fixed deposits or if they're going to have an investment, we look at banking, we look at investment. Then we also look at insurance, depending on what stage they are in their business and if they're ready for that. And then we also look at pensions. So we look at the full solution within our GMMB portfolio. But
I like that, Shani. I love that.
yeah,
But you mentioned, I think, as you started, the ticket for entry, how everything gets opened up. You say you need to have a SME bank account.
yeah,
And for a lot of entrepreneurs, getting that business bank account is hard.
right.
It's one of these many hurdles why some persons say, no, I can't bother because it's so hard. I have to tell them everything about me. I'm a brother, I'm a mother, I'm an uncle. I have to tell them how much this, and they don't have that information available. Also, it may be a bit onerous, but how can we get that business bank account? That is the key to unlock everything within the SME unit. So how do we open that business bank account?
Right. So one thing I always tell persons is you see, as soon as you start your business, that is the best time to open your business bank account because you don't have to at that point you won't have all the financials. You'll have a projection that you'll be able to show us, and then you'll be able to open your account based on the requirements. So you see, when you wait till later down and then you say, but I don't have my TCC, I don't have this, I don't have that. You have to make sure that you start good. You have to make sure that when you start, you go, you get your TCC because that's one of the requirements with opening a bank account. You make sure that your financials are intact. You make sure that you have your business company name, your registration, you have all of those things together, and then you come for your business bank account. What I always telling persons is that when you start, do everything that you need to do so that you do it in steps. So when you do that, come to us and say, you know what, I want my bank account now, and we'll have everything there to be able to open it for you.
So if you're, an entrepreneur like myself,
Right.
I didn't do that, right? We did everything else, but we never do the bank account part. That that slipped me, it's part of us, the entrepreneur life. Some things get missed. What should I do now, though? Because we need the account you're saying to access everything within the SME.
Right.
So
So
to access it, I know JMB Group is doing a lot of amazing things inside that unit, which we're going to talk about. But help me to get the bank account. What I need to do?
all right, so you could come in at this point, you come into GMMB, you let us know, you sit down with a resource center officer. We will walk you through the checklist of everything that you need to have, and then we will help you through the process in terms of everything you need to get. So it's not like you don't have something and you're like, all right, well, too bad. We say, okay, this is the process and this is where you need to go to get that particular thing, and we sit down and we work it out with you to be able to get that bank account because it is very important. We don't want you commingling your funds with your personal account because later down when you want a loan and we have to be going back and forth and saying, no, but this is personal, this is business. We don't want to have to be doing that. So we will help you.
And bigger than that, the commingling creates problems with the tax authorities, the
Yeah,
THA.
it
They
does.
not like to see it because if they audit and some of your transactions are in your personal account, it opens up everything to them. They can look at everything. Oh, you go KFC last week and buy something. What's that? They'll ask you everything. So it is important to separate. But I hear you saying, Sean, it sounds like you're saying, reach out to me, make help you open the bank account.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The resource center, that's what we're there for. We to help you because we understand the challenges, but you just have to don't say, well, I don't have that, and then that's the end. If we identify, you have to work on it. You have to work on getting it so that we can go through the steps that you need to be able to get it. So we will help you, but you have to do the work.
Gotcha. So bring up the QR code then, because I'm sure persons are here saying, I need that business bank account. There's a QR code we provide during every episode where persons who are interested in reaching out to JMB for the services. They just scan the QR code, fill out the form. A long list of names makes it way back to you, Shani, for you to open their accounts or help persons open these business accounts.
Nice.
For sure. So that's going there. And then now once the account open, it unlocks everything within the SME unit, all the
Right.
great things that you spoke about. But there's also one new program, the powerful women in business. So let's talk about that.
All right. So we just started a program. We had our accelerator program, which did really well in terms of how it helped to scale our businesses. Some of our businesses, they scaled 200, 300%. They did very well in the program. And that was a 2-year program. So we will restart that program. But what we've done coming out of the accelerator is to have a powerful woman in business program with a select cohort of 35 female entrepreneurs. We have 25 from Jamaica and 10 from Trinidad. And we just selected them just yesterday, and we started communication with them. So that program is about to launch, it's about to take off. And what we do is that we help them to scale their business. So it's not a cookie cutter program. It's you come in, we see where you are in your business and where you want to scale to within that 6 months. And then we put together targets and we put together workshops for you to be able to scale. So for instance, Opal is on today and she's with Sisters Ink. She is actually one of our partners for our powerful women in business. So we have our advisors and we have our partners who are with the resource center who are there to engage these powerful women in business.
So, asking for a friend, asking for a friend as a powerful woman in business. You mentioned, you say 35 and you just selected. Is it too late for persons to join the program, or can persons apply for the next round? Because we want in. Anytime there's education, there's opportunity to make more money. The students here inside the money classroom want in. So is there a next cohort, or is it too late now? Can we slip in a little name or so? What's the deal?
So right now, what we would do is that we will open up a second cohort. Right now, we've closed the first one, but as I said, also we do have the accelerator program, which opens up in January, and then we will open up a new cohort of powerful women in business. So it's the first one for powerful, but it's going to be ongoing. So don't worry, we're going to have many more.
So then I just, fill out that little QR code and join the waiting list for the next cohort then. All right. So let's talk about now the financing option, because we love other people's money.
Mhm.
How can we access other people's money within our business using JMB?
All right. So in terms of, and I was hearing what Opal was saying in the beginning with her session, and I totally agree with her. So when you're just starting a business, I we don't feel that is the right time to go to a bank asking for funding, because at that time, that's the best time when you try and accelerate a program where you are there to, or you go and you get a grant, or you get an angel investor, or you ask friends and family. So when you come to the bank now, you have to be in a position where you're showing us that your business is expanding, and we should now invest and put money to be able to give you a loan for your business, right? So at that point, you come to the bank and we're able to give you a loan for expansion. So we have loans, and then in terms of, even if it depends on the life cycle of your business. So if I put it like this, so you just start, you look more for grants, you look more for investments from friends, from family, or you look for an angel investor. Now, when you're expanding your business, you say, you know what, I can take on debt, because you have to know that you can manage this debt, and we have to see that you can manage it too. So you come to us and we're able to say, okay, let us we're now able to give you a loan. Then we go to the next stage of your business. We have our private equity, we have our cap markets. So if then you want to go on to the stock exchange, you want to do other things for your business, you want some private equity, we have everything there within JMNB, but we really look at where you are in your business. So for instance, with the accelerator program, we partnered with JD Foundation, and we were able to give 3 of our top accelerators a total of $1 million Jamaican to invest in their business at that stage. So we do things for every stage of business.
That's great. So then as we grow, then we scale, then we want the IPO, we want the APO, JMB is there along the way.
Yes.
And it starts though with the bank account. It
Yes.
starts there. So persons, we need to open that to access all of these different benefits and the different programs that are there. So I know Opal shared a lot of pointers, and she also shared pitfalls that person should avoid. But from your perspective, in what you've seen with the different programs, is there anything else that we should be looking out for as we're looking to grow and scale our business?
All right. So in terms of growing and scaling, I want to make sure that you plan properly. So I think Opal said it very well in terms of making sure that you plan. You don't rush into scaling without a well thought plan, because that is going to lead to problems down the road, right? So you should create a detailed growth strategy and consider all your factors, whether it's competition, whether it's your financial projections, right? So you have to make sure that you do that. Also with scaling too quickly, because you can try and do rapid expansion without proper preparation, and then what you're going to do, you're going to put a strain on your resources, and it's going to lead to operational inefficiencies. So those are all things that you have to take into consideration when you are scaling your business, and not lose focus of what the goal is. You don't do it too rapidly, you don't do it without proper planning, and you make sure that you monitor your key metrics to make sure that you're on plan and you're not missing any targets or opportunities.
Perfect. Yes. Valuable gems right there. And let's bring up the QR code again, because as persons are, listening, they may say, yeah, I need to reach out to Shani and the SME team. So there's a QR code. Fill it out. Someone from JMB will contact you and get the ball rolling. So make sure you do that. All right. So thank you so much, Shani. Thank you for joining us inside Money Classroom. Always a pleasure. Can you also probably share your email address with persons who may want to do, a direct connection with you?
Okay, so directly, well, my email address is long. It's easier for SME Resource Center at gmnb.com, and we all within the Resource Center monitor that email. It's on mine, it's on all the Resource Center officers. So definitely you can reach out to any one of us on that email address. So it's SME Resource Center at JMMB.
Nice. So persons can reach out there, get connected, start with the bank account, join the programs, and you're able to work with Opal through those programs. So that's an added bonus. So the thing is, action. It's not just about learning. Action has to follow if you're going to build wealth. We can't just sit down and listen and then do nothing. So thank you so much for joining us, Shani, inside Money Classroom.
Thank you.
All right, that's
This show and tell segment was brought to you by JMMB Group.
all right. You have it there, guys. You learned how to grow and scale your business, how to make sure that it's profitable, that you need to look at your numbers, you need to understand your customer, make sure you're serving your customer, make sure you're profitable. So read through, and also how JMMB can support you as you are looking to grow and scale your business. Make sure you reach out to them, because I will be for sure. I can tell you, because I am very serious on growing and scaling Profit Jumpstarter. We need to ensure the company lasts many, many years so that we can educate and uplift as many persons as possible. So may I reach out? So you make sure that you reach out as well. So remember also to like the video. Once it's here up, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel as well, and share it with a friend. Let's make talking about money sexy, make it be the thing. So share this video with a friend as well. And also make sure you're connected with us on social media. We're Profit Jumpstarter. Make sure you're hooked all the way up with us on Instagram and on YouTube, of course. And don't miss out on our mailing list. We share a lot of emails. It's profitjumpstarter.com/newsletter if you want to be connected there. As always, knowledge is nothing without execution. Go and implement what you learned tonight so that you can build wealth. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until our next time for season 3, I will see you all there again. Bye.